We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Like Marvin Gaye, can't you see what's going on? Through it all, gospel rhythm still going strong. Trusting God when it's good or when it's going wrong. Encourage other believers to keep holding on. Casting the vision and we making it plain. We the head, not the tail, so we won't complain. Here to lift up the downcast and the brokenhearted. Changing life with the truth.
Okay, right on. I didn't know we was just partying. What's up? Welcome to GospelRhythms.com, Talk Live Radio on LATalkLive.com. No need to adjust your cameras. I'm Ro Williams, and next to me is the incomparable Rory Davel.
What's up?
What's up, man?
Sitting here in the seat of Miss Trisha
How does he feel? You know,
feels good.
The Grants are out of town as usual on their epic
paper,
on their epic agenda of making paper, as you said. They're doing it big, and the ATL will be holding it down there pretty soon. Announcements to come. I cannot thank you enough for being in his house.
I love being here.
You know, we may even hear from Trisha. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties for all of our viewers who normally would love to call in and give us some shout out over the love. And we did have a couple call in guests. We haven't. I don't think we'll be able to have the feature today, but yeah, you can text us
if you know me.
You can tweet us. You can go to LA Talk Live and put in the little feed that they have. Isn't that right, Van Eric? But this is our life edition, and we're celebrating men today. And man, we had the pre-show. Y'all missed it before we went live. And I think I'm outnumbered because we got Van Eric, our engineer, who's flying the Starship Gospel Rhythms over there. Now he gets hit twice with Veterans Day and Father's Day, so I guess he gets shafted twice. And then you, Father's Day, you should have heard all the talk. But we will get into that shortly.
Get into it. I'm ready.
Yeah. I'm gonna pray for you.
Today.
I know y'all are, but we want to celebrate you guys and keep it positive. But you know what? We have to give love to our guests last week. We had the whole crew. That the excerpt of the track that you guys heard, the beat, is our song that was written, and that the record was done by Purpose from Hope Hop music family. I mean, the groove is a bomb, but you got to hear the lyrics that he dropped. And he and all 10 of his kids. Happy Father's Day, Purpose.
Woo!
We're in the house, and we got pictures of them. Purpose got a purpose.
Yeah.
And he has a daughter, and I'm gonna let you hear this song. It's called "Just Keep Swimming, Just Keep Swimming," inspired by Finding Nemo. The fish that played the bluefish that Ellen DeGeneres lent her voice to, I think had a clip for Finn. It was inspired by the concept of the little fish, explaining to the little clownfish, you just got to keep swimming. You just got to keep swimming. No matter how rough it gets, you just keep going with the flow.
Right.
But we got that record, and we have his music. We're going to celebrate his music on honor of Father's Day throughout. Matter of fact, please go to hopehopmusic.com, hopehopmusicfamily.com, and he has 10 kids, and his CD, the EP, is appropriately titled "Diaper Money." So in honor of helping a brother buy some diapers, because with 10 kids, he got his work cut out for him. Yes, Lord. Please, make a donation. He's got such a wonderful heart, because he'll just give away whatever, because it's for kingdom business. But the Bible does say a man is worthy of his hire. So please sow into Purpose and the Hope Hop Music family. They are changing lives with a microphone. I mean, when he wrote the song, he just listened, and he did research. He went into online and went to read what we're about. And I mean, it's one thing to know and be connected, but it's another thing to take it a step further and to really say, okay, God, let me see exactly what you've been doing as they've been laboring on this vision, so I can really tap into the heart of what you would want these lyrics to say. And it's going to be awesome. We are going to do a music video. So great things are going to be coming down the pike. Save the date, September 3rd to 2014, GR3 Live will be coming at you. More details on that.
Good.
And so they were in the house, and we'll play some music from them. But again, happy Father's Day to every one of you. And then Trisha is in Atlanta. The talented, beautiful actress Trisha Mann Grant. She's going to be hosting an upcoming premiere event for Trist. And those of you who don't know, she's not just the host of GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio, but she's an actress. She's been on Cold Case, The Last Fall, The Cleanup Woman. She's going to be. She's actually in the midst of touring with the hit stage play Mrs. Independent, and you know Christopher Williams is in that, Robin Givens is in that, Shirley Murdoch is in that, the incomparable Tony No Picking football team Grant is also in. Right, this basketball team. Who you guys, speaking of sports? Why are you clapping? Oh, that's for the cast. Okay, I thought you was clapping for the Cowboys. I was getting ready.
No,
it's Father's Day, so I can't cut you today. But next show, no, just kidding. So, who do you have in the finals, or do you have anybody?
Go
do you care?
Spurs. I'm rooting for Tim Duncan. I want to see Tim Duncan get number 5.
Yeah, I'm really not a Heats fan. I never have really been. I feel like that is a prefabbed team. What about you back there, Papa Van Eric?
Well, it's a sad day. It's going to be a sad day in my Heatville because I played basketball, organized basketball, and you can see that the Heat is not into it.
Right. Why? Because there's something going on in the locker room.
It may be something going on mentally with them, but in the last few games, especially at home, they practically gave up.
When you get beat down by double figures at home.
Ooh, they got spanked like that. I've been keeping up.
And you weren't even close. It's kind of demoralizing. Plus, it looks like LeBron did when he was back in Cleveland. It's just him. He don't have any help. He can't guard everybody.
No, and
you know what? They may be doing it purposefully because they like not trying to,
No, they ain't doing
it. Well, they ain't put. No, they just so? They're not doing it because there was one play that I was watching where after they went to a timeout and LeBron had the ball, you could see the frustration because he threw the ball at the refs like, oh man.
Did he get in trouble for it?
No, he just and just walked away. He had his back turned when he did it.
So what happened with all this media hype about him having a cramp? Was that legit?
That might
be funny.
That might have been legit because you dehydrated and all that, and if you don't hydrate yourself, you will cramp.
Yeah, he has a history of having problem with heat, so it was legitimate. It wasn't anything. Yeah. That but people just had fun with it on social media. The jokes,
of
course, were hilarious.
Of course, he knew Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan had the flu. You know what I mean? And he got cramps. Well, you're a female, you're a woman. You know what I mean? It was his menstrual cycle started or something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh my God! Wow.
It was bad. Yeah. They had all kind of stuff on it. For that 48 hours, it was good.
Yeah.
Well, I digress. I wanted to finish up about Miss Trisha Mann Grant. You can also see her in the film The Man in 3B and on OWN's hit television show Love Thy Neighbor. She will be making an appearance on that. Will be
she sounds like the Steve Harvey of entertainment.
They about to be her. You know her and the Grants is going to be granting it up, dead president style. But Trist is a Carly Saunders film, and if you are in the Atlanta area, feel free to go to tristpremiere.everbright.com if you're interested in tickets. Dress fabulous. There's gonna be food, and you'll have to pay for that. There will be drinks, and you'll have to pay for that. But you can go to that link to learn more about it. It's June 14th. That was yesterday. It was yesterday.
I think we missed it.
You might have missed it.
We might have missed it. Well, maybe that's why she was supposed to call in and tell us about it. My bad.
Might have missed that, folks.
That's all right.
I guess
unless it is 2015.
Radio. What can we say? What the she? Okay, well, hey, I'm sure it was fabulous. Matter of fact, while I recoup myself. Hey, I knew she was down. She does so much, I'm like, gee, I can't keep up. We're going to find out from her. Hopefully she'll answer because she's really choppy. But in the meantime, happy Father's Day to you. Are you guys doing anything special for Father's Day while I pick my face up off the floor?
I had a wonderful Father's Day. My son came down this morning, and him and my father, his grandfather, the three of us went to one of my dad's favorite eateries. The high class, very, very expensive. I'm bragging right now.
We have a handsome picture of the trio. So.
Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
And that was a picture you took today? We got that to showcase y'all. 3 generations deep, huh?
That's right. 3 generations of good-looking brothers and all.
And y'all all different shades too. Y'all sure y'all
That's all
related?
different shades of fine.
I'm just
that's
like,
what that's
you know
that's
what
how
I'm saying?
we do
I
it.
just you the chocolate
We
chip in the
just,
bunch.
that's right.
Deep dark
That's
chocolate chip,
right.
should I say?
That's
And then
right.
Pops is caramel, and your child is like
Well, no, well,
caramel.
actually, my son is more caramel. My father is more, what do you call it?
Banana?
Yeah, whatever they call
Red
it.
bone.
Yeah, there you go.
Banana.
Bingo.
Used
Whatever.
to be pretty.
Bottom
pretty.
line is,
what
look
do
at
they
all
say?
that.
Light skin.
Light skin,
Light-skinned.
pretty guys, pretty boy.
Light-skinned.
He's
So
a
we
pretty
went down
boy.
to
Light-skinned.
Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, and
Was
we
it crazy
we chopped
though?
it up. It was ridiculous because
How long was your wait?
actually we didn't wait that long because we actually did beat the church crowd. So because we were there this morning, so we beat the church crowd. So I'm sure it's a mess down there now.
Yeah,
It
well,
was-
that's
we still
that's
had to wait
anywhere
about
on
15,
Sunday.
20 minutes.
Anytime
So-
on Sunday, if you beat the church crowd, you good
Yeah.
to go. If
So-
you get caught up with the church crowd, it's like church crowd, it's like being caught up on a 405.
Yep. Yeah, it would have been.
Oh
a
no,
hot
I've
mess.
sat
But-
outside of Roscoe's and just was like, do we really have to do this?
But
What's up, girls? Speaking of doing this, I have the sister Trisha Man Grant on my cell phone. Girl, I was telling him about Triste and and then realized it was yesterday. So how was it?
But you did a great job. It turned out really nice. Yeah, I'm just tired.
Okay, well, you're on the air somewhat. She's tired. She says the event was really great, and she's really
Y'all
proud of
missed it?
Carla Sanders, and we missed it. But we're in Cali. But for those of you who are not in the Atlanta metro area, where can they tune in to hear about the next event that she's doing or anything? Gotcha. So she got
All right.
$50,000 for
Okay.
funding. She's saying, because I'm sure you can't really hear her. Trisha says she has got $50,000 for funding. Google her, Carla Saunders, Saunder.
Is she holding
ER
auditions?
Films.
That's what I want to know.
I know. Rory says that she holding auditions.
That's what I need to know.
That's what he needs to know. That's what he want to
Have
know.
an audition.
He want. Oh yeah, exactly. Gonna keep it in the family. But you know what? Seriously though, what about if for those who weren't in Atlanta and for someone who's shooting a film, obviously this was an independent production. How is she going to get it around to other parts of the United States? Like if if somebody in California wanted to see it, how would they do that?
You know what Carla is? Such a down-to-earth lady. Tell them to hit her in the inbox of Facebook. Send a picture and a resume, and just let God do the rest as far as how they connect. Maybe they can send her a video.
Oh, okay. So that's for anyone who's interested in maybe being considered to cast. What do you call it? Audition for any of her upcoming projects. Just yeah. But I'm saying like people like myself who just would like to see some of her product, her film, or how will we do that? Or we have to wait till it comes out here? Or is it going straight to video? Or is she in the film festival circuit?
She'll have all the information on the best thing for them to do is just send it to Facebook.
Okay.
Because I don't know where films are going to hit LA. But yeah, just check her on Facebook. And,
Yeah.
ask her to keep in touch.
And the good thing about Facebook, if you go and like their page, as they update, you will be updated. So do that. Do you have any parting things you want to share for us? Because
You know what? I just want to honor all of the men out there who are just doing a phenomenal job of being dads and taking care of their children, encouraging their kids, supporting them, whether the mom is in the life of the child or not. I just really want to give it up to all the stepdads because my husband, Tony Grant, is an amazing stepfather, and we don't even call him stepfather. He's just a father.
I like how
And
Jada puts it: a bonus mom, a bonus dad.
yes, I like that. Bonus mom, bonus dad. You know, and it's so important that these daughters and sons have their fathers in their lives. So I want to encourage all the men out there, the ones going through divorces or the broken relationships, don't stop being in your kids' life because of circumstances with the mom. And I want to tell the moms, give it up. Give it up to them. Give them encouragement. And let these men know how important they are to these children. That's something that I'm adamant about. I truly, truly appreciate the men who do great things, not just once a year, but every day, every day. So God bless.
I think
God
Van
bless
Eric
you guys.
wanted to
Happy
ask you
Father's Day.
something.
Yes.
Yeah.
How you doing, Trisha? Tell my main man, Tony, man, happy Father's Day from me. All right, please.
He said, "Tell your boo, Happy Daddy's Day."
Who was that, Bernard?
Yeah, they were beating up on.
Happy Father's Day, Bernard.
Thank you.
Bernard says Happy Father's Day. Tony says thank you.
All right, my man.
And where's Rory? Is Rory there?
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah,
Gonna
here.
say something.
Tell it.
Happy
Yeah.
Father's Day, Rory.
Thank you so much. And tell the guy you're with, tell him Happy Father's Day too. Tell him.
Maybe he says, tell the guy I'm going to tell him Happy Father's Day too. He put his hand on me like,
Yeah. We was
you
talking.
guys are so funny. Bro, I miss you, sis.
Yeah, I miss you too. I know y'all out there doing big things across the country, and I was telling everybody to save the date. We'll have more information on them for the what we're doing later in the year, and it's an exciting 2014. Woohoo!
Oh, that's right, girl. And listen, tell everybody, love thy neighbor. Love thy neighbor. They got to check it out. It starts Wednesday. And I'm telling you, this season is incredible. And Tony and I's episode will be on sometime in July. So you guys got to check out Love Thy Neighbor, okay?
So we'll keep them in.
Some big, huge surprises coming.
We're gonna make sure we keep you up on when to expect that. We'll let you know in advance and enough time if you can set your DVR or whatever you guys record shows with these days. And that's Love Thy Neighbor. It can be seen on the OWN network. Check your cable listings. The grants will be on there in July. That's right, Trisha, Man Grant, and Tony not being able to pick a football team grant will be on there. I'm just saying, East Football Gate Team Challenge. Yeah, but I do. But if any consolation, I do hope the Spurs win.
I know you do. And you keep hoping, sis. I'm praying for you.
You for the Heat? Oh my God! Wait, don't tell me you're for the Heat, the Cheats. All right, well, I have to turn the show over to the fellas because it is their day, and they were already crying about how they get whack gifts and how they get the short end of the stick. So they're about to go in on me.
Oh my God, y'all! It started raining in Atlanta. I miss California already.
Ooh yeah, yes
Sunshine.
you can.
It's starting to rain. Why is it raining? Okay, go ahead. Let the guys have their day. God bless you all. To all of the listeners and viewers, God bless you. Men, happy Father's Day. I love you guys. I miss you.
Love you guys too. All right.
Okay.
Bye, darling.
Bye-bye. I just love the Lord and His creative use of improvisation. you know that a lot in the acting world, right? You just gotta just make it work. Make it work.
Make it happen.
Yay! So it's Daddy's Day. So we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna tap into the mind of these brothers, these fathers, these awesome single fathers, and find out, what they're feeling and what their take is on Father's Day.
Right on.
All right. When we come back, that's gospelrhythms.com Talk Live Radio. Bro Williams. I don't know. Did I lose you? Are you still on the mic? Okay. We'll be right back.
Rory Darvel. We'll be right back. Rory Darvel.
And Van Eric over there on the ones and twos spinning it up for us.
My man.
We'll be right back with more gospelrhythms.com Talk Live Radio.
This is Brett Chapin.
And this is Dorothy Dillingham Blue, inviting you to join us every Saturday at noon Pacific Standard Time for our show, La La Land Talk.
Join us as we talk with some of the top talent in LA. Artists' untold stories, your phone calls, and live on-location broadcasts have made La La Land one of the best sources in LA for everything entertainment.
So don't forget to tune in to La La Land Talk.
Exclusively on latalklive.com.
You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com.
Saturdays at noon Pacific Time. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/LaLaLandTalk, Twitter, twitter.com/LaLaLandTalk. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live.
And we are more than just talk. I think we've got a Shakespeare block. Jazz hands. Kickball change.
Good
That's
stuff.
what I'm saying.
I'll do some Pippin.
Ooh, yeah. Some miming. I'm in a box. I'm in a box. I'm in a box.
My clothes ain't all fancy, and my car ain't brand new, but there is joy in my house.
Hello, I'm Joel Ramirez
And I'm Lolita Robinson Coppage, and welcome to Joy in My House
on latalklive.com. Inspirational radio,
with a touch of recovery.
a reality show where nothing is left unsaid,
And no one is insignificant who says it.
exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B or watch us on Ustream TV.
Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is John McClure Jr., aka Simply John, and I would like to invite you to join us on gospelrhythms.com every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our show gospelrhythms.com Talk Live Radio. Join us as we celebrate Christians around the world in all genres of entertainment, as well as highlight interest stories on men and women who are making a difference and impacting their community. So don't forget to tune in to gospelrhythms.com on LA Talk Live. And we're more than just talk. Remember, it's a heaven's party here on earth. So live life. Love God.
This is laid back, the kind of track make you wanna say, play that. Sell my soul, gain the world, I will play that. I rip the kingdom when the flow, better say that. Matter of fact, let's get it in like the Great Commission. Shake the dust off my feet if you don't wanna listen. Rather fall for the lies, need to stop tripping. Getting drunk off the spirit, your homie, what you sipping? Gotta let my light shine like I'm in a pumpkin. And I still give it to you like I owe you something. But it ain't about trick or treat or Halloween. I'm just saying if you say, then it should be seen. Yeah, I used to love the world living in my sin, but it's stabbed me in the back, so we ain't friends. I moved on, but you still stuck in back then. But God's moving, new and renewing. Who you choosing? Okay. Pursuing my crown, and I ain't losing. Yes, you the truth hurts and you gon' get a bruising. It might be hard to swallow, but just keep on choosing. Ride or die for the gospel, ain't no time for cruising. Pedal to the metal, you can
Hey, welcome back to gospelrhythms.com Talk Live Radio. Father's Day edition. That was Purpose and NOT Dub, Not of This World, from his EP Diaper Money. HopeHopMusicFamily.com.
That's
Please, we are going to be bumping his beats throughout the show. The next track will tease you with, since it is Father's Day, and I feel it's so fitting. It's a track that he did with his daughter, and you'll get a chance to check that out. And we do have a little pic of her from last week you'll get to see. But let's just, get right into it. This whole Father's Day thing. And so, you guys kind of were going in on the pre-show, and I just, where is all of this built up? And, let me be the Dr. Phil for you guys, because obviously you have some pent-up issues to address concerning just to bring you guys up to speed. It kind of jumped off when I said, I tried to find a little Father's Day cake, and I couldn't find one anywhere. And y'all said...
And I said, and Rory said the same thing, because the media and the advertising and the sales community or the department do not put any big emphasis on Father's Day because they know it's not as a big a sell as Mother's Day for some reason.
I
So
don't know, but I detected a little belligerence.
no, I don't think so. I think it's just an obvious observation.
And mine is mine might be a little belligerent because
It was
well
I know, but just, you know.
because like I said, when it's Mother's Day, it's Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. There's no caveat with the fellas. I want to say Happy Father's Day to all the real fathers out there. I mean the ones that's taking care of their kids. Blah blah. Why? It's almost like a backhanded kind of compliment. It's like, why even bother dealing with those fathers that's not? Every mother is not a good mother. So, but we don't go, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. I mean, all the real mothers out there. You know,
cut up your kids.
You know, anybody can lay down and have a baby, but taking care of the baby. No, we just say Happy Mother's Day. So just do the same. Just say Happy Father's Day. We know not every father is a good father. And like I said, they got this thing on Facebook that I saw where they have Father's Day cards for mothers, and there was a question. Basically, it was a question of, should this be the case? It was a mahogany card. I saw another card. I'm like, no, you get Mother's Day. And the bottom line is,
you can't have Father's Day.
You don't have both. There's no Mother's Day cards for fathers, and it shouldn't be. And I'm not saying there should be for either. You're at the end of the day, you're a parent. So whether you're the parent by yourself or you're a parent, or there's two parents in the house, you are still the parent. So it's not about being the mother and the father. It's about being the parent. And I also said, just to make sure it's all gotten out there, I also said that thing about for the real fathers, that comes from a negative place, because you're assuming that the fathers that aren't there, they're just all bad dads that just walked away or had a kid and didn't take care of it. That's where that comes from. Well, like I said, it could have been a situation where the father passed away, unfortunately. He was there, but something happened, he couldn't be there. But it comes from that whole thing comes from a negative place of saying the real father.
Do you only think it's a cultural thing, like amongst African Americans, or you think it's pervasive, like across board, like every race equally shares in the bad perception or the treatment of
I can't speak on that because I'm African American. That's been my experience. So I don't know from any other race, but from my own race, we just seem to just distinguish between the real fathers and just the deadbeat dad. Just say Happy Father's Day. Send out a happy, like we do for Mother's Day. We just send out a Happy Mother's Day.
I just think from a historical perception, it's that a lot of fathers abandon. I'm not saying all fathers, but a large number of fathers seem to abandon the care of their kids. And you hear stories like LeBron James' dad or Shaq's dad, or I don't know if it was LeBron James' father, but I know Shaq's father wasn't there, and and it seems, but you never hear public figures talk about, oh, my mom just, unless, does anybody know of any public figure? You always hear the dad walked out and was never there, but you never hear that the mother left them.
They keep it under the hush hush.
Right.
If it does come out, it's because
their mom was a drug user, and that was their excuse.
And now that, or if the woman happens to be a high caliber celebrity, then it's gonna come out. But if she's if she was Angela Jolie or Beyonce or somebody like that, just using as an example, that caliber.
Well, you know what? Known. Now Kurt Cobain's chick, she came out, but again, I think she had an alcohol and a drug issue, so they kind of swept it under the rug as her being a deadbeat mom, as opposed to she's a mom with a problem. But had that been a father, I see where they wouldn't have given any grace for a brother.
And that's the media side of it, but I'm just talking about from the personal side of it, from the from the black family side of it, if you will, that. Just say Happy Father's Day. We know that there's deadbeat dads out there, just like we know that there's deadbeat moms out there. I know single fathers that had to raise their daughters, but we don't go, you know what? You should get a Mother's Day card too, because you being the mom and the daddy. You're being the parent. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, it's about being the parent to your child, your responsibility, regardless of whatever the situation is.
And I agree with that because I'm one of those single parent males. I said off air that I was awarded full custody of my daughter at the age of 5. And it was, a couple of people said Mr. Mom, happy Mr. Mom's Day and all that kind of stuff.
Did you get a Mother's Day card?
I didn't get no card.
Okay, see.
You know what I mean? I didn't get no card, but
And there's not one at home.
And we're
No.
going to segue to the gifts after we talk about this. They had something to say
you know,
about that as well.
it was, you know, it's like Rory said, you know, I'm a parent. Bottom line. So
Well, let's talk about the custody. Now, generally, the courts perceive that the mother should have the custody. It's in their better interest, presumably. At least historically, that's how it always seemingly. So, did you have to like jump through all kind of hoops just to even get to that, or was it she dropped some serious balls and that's how you came?
Well, to my surprise, it wasn't as difficult as I presumed, because I came in with the notion that okay, they'll just allow me visitation rights.
You had an hour.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they had an hour, but I went in with the mindset of okay, the most they're going to accept is okay, he'll have visitation rights, but he's not going to have full custody. I didn't realize until I got there that because of my record as being a consistent adult at that time, that it would be in the best interest of the child to be with me. So they told me how to go about that, to be that. And yes, I had an hourly visit. And at that particular time, when it was time for my daughter and I to leave each other, she would show signs of insecurity by playing with the tip of her hair and sucking her thumb.
Like she didn't want to leave?
Like she, because she was always going. Because evidently it happened before. So there's like a
coping mechanism.
Yeah, exactly. So I noticed that. So I asked the lady who was working my case, is there any way possible that I can let my daughter know that in between our visit, you will see me again? So I guess they talked it over with the staff, and they agreed to allow me not to only call my daughter in between visits, but I actually knew where they live, and that's a rare occasion.
Is that because you and the mother ended on a not so amicable basis? Like, it seems a bit extreme. Like, I was watching an episode of The Pains yesterday,
right,
and apparently he, Lance Gross's character got, I don't know, somebody pregnant and they had a baby, and apparently she might have been a celebrity status, and he only had 3 hours supervised, and it was supervised visits, and there were things he couldn't do that they kept instructing him, oh, you can't do this, or you can't do that, and then, oh, it's time up, and he was like, it's time is up, and but they're actually making evaluations, because I don't know how true this is. When you have supervised visits, you have a representative from the woman's camp and a representative from your camp there while you're like with your child. And it's like restricted, because if you wanted to go to Disneyland or something, you had everybody in tow with you. Is that how true is that?
Well, yeah, that's true to a certain extent, because I had supervised visits in the beginning, and I had to be at the facility, and they had us in a room being watched and seeing how we interact with one another. And like I said, evidently they seen the connection between my daughter and I. So I guess during that meeting, when I suggested how can I ensure my daughter that she will see me in between visits? So they allow me to do that, and and immediately it showed a big difference. She stopped playing with her hair and stuck in her thumb because they seen that. And like I said off air, one of my hourly visits, that's when I knew the power of the Lord, because it was a blizzard in Pennsylvania. I was in Exton, Pennsylvania, as working at a Comfort Inn, and I was able to get halfway to my destination, and I was the only fool walking in this blizzard. I mean, I'm talking about blizzard, and God sent this car driven by a white man. He stopped, and he asked me where I was going. So I told him where I was going. This gentleman, not knowing me at all, took me to the front door of Children's Services. And like I said off air, everybody who was supposed to be there was there.
Wow.
And I could have easily called and said, no, I ain't making it, or whatever.
But I think that made a statement too, like how seriously you were about, keeping that relationship with your child going. And it's a lot of work, no matter if you're the mom or the dad.
Exactly. And during I was told that the mother could not have unsupervised visits. I could not use her as a babysitter or anything like that. And I I did break the rule because I did allow her to see her daughter and all that. It was a couple of times I let them, have their private time, where I wasn't even around and anything like that.
Oh, you mean once you got full custody of
Yeah,
her?
once
Okay,
you,
I got
yeah,
confused.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm sorry about that. Once they allow me have
Like
full
you
custody.
you weren't bitter or you didn't like twist a screw in her saying no, now that I got full custody,
No,
we'll
no,
make it.
no,
This is
no,
yeah.
no. I wasn't like that. Um, and it, so every time I allow her mother to be in her life. So
And you were never afraid she would take the child and run because I hear stories about that
yeah,
all the time where the mom is like, you know what, I just don't trust them. Like
yeah,
they're never gonna see their kid again.
yeah. I guess because subconsciously God didn't put that in my mind without me even thinking about that. And because it was one time, because it was suggested to me to affiliate with other single parents, which 99.9.9 is women. So it
Well,
was
no, because for every single woman, there's still a
yeah,
single dad.
yeah.
Remember,
But
that's
yeah,
what your
exactly.
argument was. You just
Yeah,
don't have possession of the child
exactly.
most of
But
the time.
this time, that's how I looked at it. And so it was just one because my daughter was in Head Start, so one of the little girls, her friend, they was really cool. So I allowed my daughter to spend nights over their crib. So they was like, Daddy, when you gonna let them stay on? So I was like, okay. So I kind of liked the girls, so we talked about it. So they finally agreed and all that. And I get a knock on the door, like who the heck is this? And it was the mom. So I could have easily like, look, no, I mean, it's a bad time. No, no, no. So I allowed her to come in. I slept on the couch, and the mom and my daughter slept in my bedroom. You
Well,
know.
that's really nice. Did you
Yeah.
ever? Well, you may not have personally had an experience like that, but everybody knows a friend, somebody in their life that may have had challenges, nightmare situations with kid custody issues. You know.
You know what? Actually, not really. That I never experienced too many people that had that kind of serious issue as far as custody going. But I'm sitting here and I'm listening to him. It's really amazing to me, and sad that when you talk about a parent having to have someone watch them
With
with
their
their own
kid,
kids,
yeah.
and I don't believe there was any reason, like it wasn't like you had been convicted of some kind of crime or anything of that
No,
nature.
that's
It's
just their
just
procedure because
right,
they don't know who you are.
right.
They never, this is the first time they have any encounter with you. The only thing they have to go on is basically hearsay. Because sometimes the mom will
Bash you.
bash the man, the father.
Hmm.
So by them watching us, and that proved that what type of parent I
Yeah.
was. So that's why I guess they allowed me to call my daughter. Because like I said, that's a cardinal rule. They will not let you call your child whatsoever. But I found out also that during that time, they started to realize that it's not always in the best child's interest to always give it to the mother.
Well, I think something is definitely wrong with the family unit and the parenting unit because when we were coming up, we didn't have kids shooting up schools, killing teachers, growing up killing their kids. There was none of that. We played outside, and when we were wrong, we got spanked or we
Yeah.
got disciplined,
Yeah.
albeit by our parents. And I grew up in a two-parent home. I don't know. Did you grow up in a two-parent home?
For the most part, until I was a teenager, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, so where is the disconnect? And I know that this is Father's Day, and we want to acknowledge and celebrate the positive things that it fathers, and I guess I read something today. It says anybody can be a father, but it takes a real man to be a dad. So what's there is a distinguishable difference in somebody who is a sperm donor versus somebody who is actively taking a role in nurturing the life they brought into this world, whether they actually brought it into the world or was handed it and took responsibility for it, meaning like you're a bonus father. So.
Well, I with that phrase, I look at it different because my definition of dad and father are almost the same. Anybody can be a dad or a father because that's just a label. The key word is a parent.
Okay.
Not everybody can be a
I
parent.
stand corrected.
Not everybody can be a parent because there's no Bill Cosby book or any child's book that's going to give you the insight on how to raise your child because there's no manual on that. For example, I use the timeout method. When I explained to my daughter that it was a mistake. It was like, oh, that was wrong. It was a mistake. And when I had a bad day, I would put myself on timeout. I would say, well, Daddy needs a timeout. And I would sit in that corner, same corner, not in the same chair because it's too small. But, I would sit in that same corner for a significant amount of time so that when I did let her know that she did something that needed for her to be on that timeout, she would do it.
So you led by example, in other words.
Exactly.
So when you were bad, like say if you said a bad word in front of her, you put yourself on timeout to let her know that the consequences for doing something wrong falls on everybody. You're not just getting it because I have authority over you,
Exactly.
but rather than this is how life operates, which is real talk.
Exactly.
I wanted to say something that happened to me. Was it last week? Week before last? Anyway, my son and I went to lunch. I went out there to go lunch with him. And for me as a parent, the one thing we always want our kids to do when you spend all those hours or years and you're fussing at your kids or you're trying to get them to understand you because of course your kids think you're not hip, you're not this, as we all go through as kids growing up. Then there's that one day that happens when your kid says something to you and it makes everything that you were trying to instill in them worth it, all the headaches or whatever you went through. Right. We went to lunch. And when my son and I go to lunch, I let him do the talking, pretty because I just want to know what's going on in his life, what he's doing. He's 24. Wow. So I always want to know what's going on, and so I just pretty much listen, and I'm just there listening.
Wait, so you had a 4-year-old when we met? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. So, no.
No, Godzilla.
Yeah, no.
You had a baby then?
Well, yeah, that was in the 90s.
Anyway, as you were.
Yeah. So anyway, so he said to me in a conversation, he said, "I've learned a lot from you, Dad." He said, "You've taught me a lot." And he was talking, as he's talking to me, he's telling me the things that he does, how he thinks, and he said that I had taught him to think, basically to think before you, not to just accept everything right away, ask questions, learn. And when he said that to me, I just felt right there at that point that all the things that you feel is going in one ear out the other for so many years, which they do, things finally happen in their lives where they see, just like my dad used to tell me, he says, one day, Dad gonna be real smart. Dad gonna be real smart to you one day, and it'll be 20 years from now. And sure enough, I find myself saying some things that my dad did say to me, and things I've learned as my experience as well. And that's also happened to him because experience. It's all about growing and living and experiencing things. And when once he started really experiencing things and he had the mind to reason, then he started to realize, my dad told me this, my dad. So when that happened for me, I was like,
exactly.
I felt great. It was the best lunch date that I had in years, just to hear your child tell you that something that you did worked for them, or
they will do that. Something. They'll do that. You know what I mean? Without knowledge, like he said, they may look like they're not paying attention to us, but they grasp them because my daughter brings back something that I don't even remember. Like I tell people, at the age of 5, I taught my daughter that boys walk on the outside and girls are supposed to walk on the inside. And I would deliberately walk out of a building on the wrong side. And this 5-year-old girl would say, "Daddy, you're on the wrong side." So she's 23 now. And if you're a male walking down the street with her, you got to be on the outside. Don't have me. I'm not for sale.
Did you get her door?
Huh? Did I get a who?
Door.
I mean, what do you mean by door?
When you get in the car.
all that.
No,
Yeah,
I'm just saying because
yeah,
it's something that
yeah,
for
yeah,
raising girls nowadays,
yeah,
it's like there's no restrictions,
yeah, yeah.
there's no charm school grooming as
No,
to not only how they're to carry themselves, but how they're supposed to, allow a man to what they are and what they should, how they should or should not allow a man to treat them.
exactly.
And then how they dress nowadays. It's like music video, hooch video.
Yeah.
And those are all I'm sure some of the challenges with raising kids in the day of music videos and
Well,
the
especially with
influence of.
daughters, and and I come in it with an open mind because each generation has their own way of having their identity. And when we were that age, our adult figures thought we was like dressing provocative and outrageous and so on and so forth. So with that in mind, because I always try to put myself in those type of shoes. All right, I was that age and I did this and I did that. So my daughter knows to be a lady at all times. And she put a picture on Facebook, and of course I didn't like the picture because of the way she was dressed, but that's her generation. And I told her about it. I said, well, I didn't really approve of the outfit, but you're 23 years old, so how much can I really get on you about when it comes to that stuff? Her and I have a beautiful relationship. We had our moments. During the 8, 9, and 5 years old, I was cool.
It was cool dad.
I was cool dad. Dad is dad. Then when she hit
saw
11.
You cleaning your shotgun.
No, hitting 11. I'll tell you that too. 11 and 12, I wasn't as hip, and so on and so forth. But getting back to that, we have with the shotgun. I only allowed 3 people when I lived in Philly. And I only allowed 3 people in front of my door. That's what I told her. And you're one of them. So that means you're going to only have 2 other people besides yourself. I'm not trying to see a bunch of people in front of my crib. Because the first time it happened, I said, check this out, everybody. 440 Daily is not that kind of place. So y'all need to leave right now. And I said it in a way that they left.
Well, I mean, nowadays it's like you almost want to have, and not to take away from how, being hanging out on the stoop in Philly is different nowadays because it's like, I'd rather have you hanging in my house so I can see what y'all are doing. Make sure you're out in the streets doing stuff you shouldn't be doing and under the wrong influences because it's just so much foolishness they could gravitate to.
Oh yeah.
And it's it can be challenging.
Well, my mom was like that.
Yeah. And then I mean, in terms of raising kids today, any grandkids?
Yes, I have one. I have one, Kwame. But this is how I handled that. I got to explain to my daughter I said, the more information that you give me, that's something that you want to do, the more possibility I'm going to say yes. The less information about what you want to do, then you leave me no other alternative. Now my mind is going crazy because I'm thinking all the worst scenarios that can happen. So no, you can't go. All right, you want to go over whose house? All right, how many adults is in the house? How many males is there? Because I have a daughter. Why can't I come over there? I want to come over there. I want to introduce myself to whoever's in there and let them know you need to come over where I live at so where your daughter's coming at. And if I can't do that, you can't go over there. Simple as that. And it's different for boys.
I was going to ask you, are you that protective of your child, your son?
Nope.
As he was growing up, he was like,
go, son. Go with what you know. No. But you know what? My mother, his mother and I, we were really blessed. He was really a very good kid. He's never been in any major trouble other than the kid stuff that they do at school. But as far as him, now he likes to go. He likes to be out, and he gets that from me. He's and she said all the time, that's definitely your son. He likes to be out, but he's very respectful. Now, of course, he's this generation. He's got tattoos and all that stuff, which I don't have a tat anywhere on me, and I'm not into all of that. But like I said, he's very responsible. He's respectful, and he does his thing. But he has 3 jobs. So he's working.
Got
He
three
has,
jobs.
yeah, he got 3 jobs.
He Jamaican
So
mom.
He got the
so-
living color fever.
Exactly. So he's working. He has a plan.
Yeah.
And and a lot, and it's interesting because when he graduated high school, and there was that period where I was like, what you gonna do, son? What you gonna? But
He found his way.
you need time. You have to give him time to find their way. And I remember I went through the same thing when I graduated high school, and I knew, his grandfather, his mother, they all, everybody visions of college. I knew that boy didn't want to go to college. I didn't want to go. I was sick of school when I graduated, and I was. The first thing I wanted to do was, I remember an episode of the Cosbys, is take some time out to find myself.
There you go.
And my dad told me, you're going to find yourself in the street if you don't get in school. 'Cause that's just the way it was.
Yeah.
Because I was working. I was like, well, since I'm making $3.10 an hour at Burger King, I guess I'll be checking into school. Because apartments wasn't going to, I couldn't get no apartment on that kind of salary at 18. So.
Oh man! So what I get on this is train up a child in the way they should go, and we're gonna go. Speaking of training up a child, we are gonna, as we go to commercial, I want you to check out this track that Purpose daughter dropped. It's called "Just Keep Swimming," and it's kind of so apropos because not only do you have to guide your kids, but you also have to study them to see where their talents and gifts lie and nurture them. And I think he's done a masterful job with Sunny D. You can check them out. This track is called Just Keep Swimming. Check it out. Sunny D. She was in house last week's show. If you missed it, just log on to gospelrhythms.com. It's already posted, or go to latalklive.com and check it out. Sunny D. Hope Hop Music. We'll be right back.
This is laid back. The one track make you want
It's all about that price, like when I come through. It ain't about me, what you see on the stage. It's all about Jesus. It's your man's place. He won't celebrate the 3 days, so it's paid. At the month of days, yeah, he a day praise. It's time to get it right, cause he in the last days. No matter what you going through, he gon' make a way. You gotta have faith, no matter what it looks like. Gotta learn our way, trust, gotta fight the good fight. Walk in the spirit, cause my first love's in it. And you can't give up, so just keep swimming. Don't you give up, keep going. 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 Just keep swimming, 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 just keep swimming. I know that I can do all things, cause he gives me power and authority. Holy Spirit lives in me. Nothing is a talent and the ministry he's giving me. And I wanna be like Christ, call me mini me. And I know it's only for the God that I wake up. He's my protection, cover me like makeup. If you in love with the way you gotta break up. When you hear the truth, it'll shake your face up. Real cool ride, and the face gon' crumble. Lose high pride, watch you be humble. Trust in the Lord, I say it all the time. I know it's in your ear, but you in your mind. He's to the blind, and he's down for my sins. I gotta keep standing again and again. And I keep praying for my family and friends. If you keep praying, you won't make it in. Don't you give up, going. Don't you give up, keep going. Don't you give up, keep going. Don't you give up, keep going. Just keep swimming, 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 just keep swimming. You can see by faith, the one is still sitting. You gotta do the word, you just can't listen. If you want your best, I better be in position. You reap what you sow, and what you give is what you getting. Jesus is the way, I don't care what people say. If you don't believe, I be like, okay. When trouble comes, don't worry, very brave. Gotta make a way, so do it today. Never give up, cause the Lord's always worth it. He knows how to give you real joy when you're hurting. And he might say, get one boy, fine. Tell me that's the God that I get to mine. Don't you give up, keep going. 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 Just keep swimming, 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 just keep swimming. Don't you give up, keep going. Don't you give up, keep going. Don't you
McClure Jr., aka Simply John, and I would like to invite you to join us on GospelRhythms.com every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our show GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio. Join us as we celebrate Christians around the world in all genres of entertainment, as well as highlight interest stories on men and women who are making a difference and impacting their community. So don't forget to tune in to GospelRhythms.com on LA Talk Live. And we're more than just talk. Remember, it's a heaven's party here on earth. So live life, love God.
What's up, world? This is Nicholas Cage, inviting you to join us every Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific Time for New Rules Radio. Join us as we lend our social satire to the week's leading topics, include music, fashion, and politics. So don't forget to tune in to New Rules Radio, 7 p.m. Pacific Time, exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio, R&B, Radio Flag, TuneIn Radio, Live 365, AHA Radio, TiVo Radio, and Apple TV Radio. Or just watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
And if you don't feel it, you probably don't live it. Cause the word's so real that you can't fake it. If you like living a lie, then you can't relate with. Cause the truth.
Hey, welcome back to GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio Entertainment Special Edition featuring Rory Davel and our Van Eric Marshall. Fathers on deck, Father's Day specials. Yeah, man. It's been a great show. It's been an insightful show. You know, we didn't talk about one of your other issues. For those of you who are just tuning in, you got to catch the rebroadcast. But you know, they were addressing, you know, just the perception of Father's Day and how it needs to be a little more polished and a lot less attacking as far as you know, celebrating the fathers. Don't put a but in it, like, you know, happy Father Days to the real fathers out there, or to the fathers that do this but da 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 da. So
exactly.
Yeah. Now we were talking about gifts as well, because in addition to possibly getting the shaft on how it's presented overall, especially you're saying they got Mother's Day cards for the fathers on mothers who are fathers on Father's Day. You're like, you got your day, that's our day.
Exactly.
We were talking about some of the gifts that you guys get. Now, what's wrong with having a tie?
Well, there's no real thought in it.
Yeah, just,
you know what I mean?
Here you go, Dad. Happy Father's Day.
There you go. He'll take that. Cool. Well, the best example is
pick this up at Gospel Rhythms.
Episode of Bill Cosby when they was talking about when he brought that up. Yeah, and his children thought that he didn't really care about the presents that he got, and he showed them that he kept every present they gave him, and he put everyone on there, and when they was older, and see how silly I look, but I'll go out in public looking like a clown because my children, this is what my children gave me, and that's the truth in it. Because
but you know, growing up, like as a kid, my perception is mommy's role is one thing, daddy's role. So I get daddy tools and mommy. Now as I got older, as a woman or a young woman or a young girl, I realized, man, this kind of sucks giving mom spatulas for Mother's Day, because that's just keeping her in her servitude role as mom. But that's what moms want, I would assume. And likewise with dads, you will want a tie or suit
or go to Chuck E.
Cheese
or
a lighter if you smoke cigarettes, you know.
No.
Okay, so, you know, we're at the end of our show. Here's your opportunity to tell the world, give the world some suggestions of how to tap in, find the right gift for their dad or the dad that's in their life. What would you suggest for a child listening to?
Well, I mean, you know, obviously little children, obviously they do a little drawing with a big old head and put some ears and stuff. You know, that's there.
Yeah,
but children that are older, teenage, they get allowance, maybe working or something like, just the same as they would do for mom. Just put some more thought into it. Don't just grab the first card on the shelf that says Happy Father's Day, Dad, boom, and there's no word, nothing into it.
No money.
Yeah, well, I mean, not going to give money, but yeah, just more thought and something that we would actually like, as opposed to doing something that you're the one that wants to do it, and we just drag us along and we end up paying for it anyway.
So you could get a gift card to Roscoe's, you'd be happy.
There you go. Give me a gift card to Roscoe's.
Wait, I'm a piggy bank on Rory with that. It just got to put some thought.
Yeah, thought.
You've been around me all your life, So you got to pick up some of my bad habits. Know you seen some of my bad habits or whatever you want to phrase it. If they, like you said, just put some thought about. Okay,
well, if
this
that's
is
the
like
case,
that.
we'll say like, Daddy, here's a gym membership for you.
Well, that's all right because I'll take that. This is one of the gifts that I because my Roy's son, he comes from the generation with the tats. So is my daughter. My daughter has a few tats. None of them that's like outrageous. So
But it
what?
still kind of like gets you right, like,
No,
ooh, no,
no, because see, I'm in the rock and roll and punk rock, so I
Oh.
understand that. So this is honest, this is real talk. I told my daughter, I said, what I'll do is I'll treat you to a tattoo, and what I'll do, I'll get my very first one with you. And I'm
Well, that's
serious.
a cute bonding thing.
Yeah, and I'm
But
gonna
that's
do
not
that.
a Father's Day gift, or
No,
would you? Yeah.
But I'm just saying, no, just like I said, just put some thought in it. You know who your dad is.
But that was very thoughtful of you to pick up on it. But as much as you studied her and know that that's something she liked, that's kind of great that you would say, hey, look, I don't know that many parents would do that. I don't know that I would go get a tab with my child.
No.
But hey.
Well, she's a young lady now. She's 23, so she's no longer
She's
a
still
little
your
girl.
child. She's
Yeah,
still
but
your
she's
baby.
not a little
She'll
girl.
always be your baby.
Yeah, of course. I told her that when she posted that picture with her girlfriend on Facebook. I said, even though, I mean, I don't really approve of that outfit, but you are a woman, and I mean, but in my heart, you.
Did
always,
you write on Facebook or you message her?
No. Yeah, I said you are. Did I? I said, yeah, you will always be my little girl.
Oh, no, you didn't. Our
Yeah.
parents put it. Well, that's another show. But with that
Yeah.
being said, we are out of time. And so we may have to pick that up as a topic. Parents posting on Facebook comments on their child's wall. I don't know. Woo!
Nope. My son deletes all of that stuff.
He deletes everything you put. Oh,
If I
my
post
God.
something, he'll delete it,
Oh,
so-
my God.
And then tell me he deleted it.
Ooh, that's another show. Oh, my goodness. Kids keeping it real with their parents and parents
Yep.
keeping it real with their kids. Well, thank you for tuning in. GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio. I'm Ro Williams.
And I'm Rory Davel. Thank you, Trisha, for letting me sit in your
Man,
seat
thank
once
you.
again.
Thank you. And Trisha, we love
Always
you.
a
We know
pleasure.
you and the Grants are doing your thing. Thank you, Van Eric, for chiming in for the dads
Yes,
and the vets and everyone and the rockers and every element of what you represent as one of the station owners here. We thank you and Richard for this opportunity. With that being said, we love you, love you, love you. Tune in next week for
Happy
our Life
Father's
Edition.
Day.
Life Edition. Happy Father's Day. Erin Sands will be in the house to talk about her book. What book is that? The dudes. Come in, tune in, tweet in, call in, be here next week, 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. LATalkLive.com. We're all around the world. Yeah. And we love you. We'll see you next week.
Well, she will.
No, we will. You be tuning in. You might be here too, because Trisha and she's doing her
okay.
thing.
Well,
I mean, you never
whatever.
know.
You gon' respect my flow. 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 For those of you that are going through, I want you to wipe every tear from your eye. Cause Jesus said he'd meet us someday. Down by the riverside. Can I get a witness up in here?